Alright guys, here for round 3. I'm super salty about that last game. If you didn't miss it, you should check out the first 2 matches. They've actually been pretty good. But that last match was just... just watch it. Just watch it. It was incredible way to lose. But we're 1-1. I'm going to keep this hand. Turn 2 into turn 3 Anchor into turn 4 Separatist. And maybe we'll draw something in between. Good way to start on the keep though. I wish I was playing something, I wish I had Topin Freeblade in my opening hand, not Maritime Guard. But, we'll take what we've got. Yeah, this has been a good set of games. This is a very good draft deck, which is why I'm so bummed about that last game, because my opponent's deck was not good, but it got there against this. This looks like one of the best draft decks I've ever had, and I don't remember any time I've actually played blue-white in Origins, but our card quality is just very good. And right now, okay, our opponent keeps 7, so we're going to start off going for the double blue potentially. We'll go Plains Maritime Guard up against a green deck. Had a feeling that would happen. I didn't see any Wild Instincts during the draft, or at least I didn't notice any. I didn't see a lot of good green cards in general. There was the Sky Snare Spider, but I think we could beat that. Green usually curves out very well though, so yeah, there's a Mystic, which we do get to attack into. This could be mono green, this could be green black elves, this could just be green something. Alright, Elvish Mystic, not what we want to bounce though. So we're just gonna hit for 1, and then we'll Void Mage whatever his next play is. Visionary is very good in this format. It's good against blue. It deals with a lot of 1-drop creatures. If you're going wide with something like Jiraga's Invocation or Might of the Masses, it's good for that. It's a very, very solid card. I don't end up in green very often. We will Void Mage that just to get another body down. And we still have Anchor. I would rather play the creature. Sure. I can accept this attack. Alright, we do need to draw a fatty of some sort though. So let's go and get Void Mage down. Let's go ahead and bounce his Hitchclaw. And we probably just Anchor it again next turn. We haven't actually drawn our Soulblade Djinn at all in the games that we played, which is a little disappointing because it was my first pick and I think it's a very good card. If my opponent attacks, I'm fine trading Void Mage for some sort of trick. But he probably just replays Hitchclaw or a 4-drop here. Maybe Death Touch Centaur. Whatever it is, it's probably getting anchored. Oh, another Visionary. Okay. Am I going to see another 2-drop? Be insane if he had his 3rd Visionary. Alright, nothing but lands again. So far, we had a good start, but things aren't shaping up too well. I'm fine with any sort of double blocks here. Now every time I see Rogue's Passage in a green deck, I imagine I'm going to see... Ooh, there's a second color. I imagine I'm going to see something stupid like Outland Colossus. And he has a full hand, a loaded hand. All I know is Hitchclaw Recluse. Sure. So he attacks, gets in for 2. Rock Mauler. That's okay. I think another land. I think I do want to Anchor here. The reason being is I want to get rid of a land if there's a land on top. There we go. And this is good for us because we get to hold up Enshroud and Mists if he has a Wild Instincts next turn. Alright, replays the Mauler. Does attack. Alright, let's go and play our Djinn. I will play land. And our opponent could just go for Rogue's Passage on Rocks Mauler, which I'm fine with because I can follow up with Suppression Bonds and a lot of damage on the following turn. I'm kind of hoping that's what he does. I still have Enshroud and Mist up in case he goes Wild Instincts here. And then that makes his attacks very poor because Enshroud and Mist will trigger my Soulblade Djinn. So will Suppression Bonds on the following turn. Opponent still with 7 cards in hand, so still has a very loaded hand. Haven't seen anything blue yet. Is he going to go for Rogue's Passage? Bound in Krasis in main phase. Sure. So I'll take a hit off Mauler. Take 4 this turn. Oh, he does go for Might of the Masses. So I take 8. Pretty big hit there. Swift Reckoning is even better. Soulblade Djinn triggers, and I'm thinking Suppression Bonds on the Krasis as well. I think this puts us in very good shape. And we get to leave up Enshroud and Mists, attack with all he could go 1, 2. We could have loosed a bunch of pump spells. 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, we do have lethal, so he is going to have to block with at least 1 Visionary. So if I attack with all... Yeah, he does have to block with at least 1 of the Visionaries. He could go Might of the Masses to trade with either of these guys. Well, the Void Mage. He blocks both. That's good for me, right? That's really good news, right? Alright, we'll see what he plays. Could be Sky Snare Spider. If he just plays a big guy, I'm pretty sure I can win. We'll attack with everything. I do want to see Sky Snare Spider. If he plays that or Scab Goliath or something big like that, we can get around him and win. Because Enshroud and Mist can put a +1 on whatever's not blocked. And then the Soulblade Djinn will be extra damage. So we'll see. His best bet is to spread out. He does have Hitchclaw Recluse in his hand as well. So that's a good blocker for Soulblade. Oh, he has double Hitchclaw. Well, that's just actually annoying. Soulblade does get to eat one of those, though. That's a good draw. I like attacking with everyone. That way I get in for at least 1 damage. And again, if he doesn't block these two, then I win. But I imagine he goes block and block. I do get to kill at least one Hitchclaw here, which is good for me. Soulblight Djinn is just a very powerful card. I don't know if it's as balmy as some other things. I don't even think it's as good as Sentinel of the Eternal Watch, but it's a very good card. Yep, and let's see, no blocks on those two. Nope, he's got it. Alright, so we kill one Hitchclaw. He takes 2 this way. And again, we could be dead to something like... Well, I don't know, because he has to make that unblockable. I'm gonna... Whatever he does, I'll block with Taupe and Freeblade. But he has to do some ridiculous stuff to Rogue's Passage this end. Get in for a win. Wild Instinct's not quite going to do it because I have Enshroud and Mist. Again, it looks like blue is just a splash for Bound in Krasis, which I'll grant is a very good card to splash for. I think Bound in Krasis is extremely good card. Skysnare Spider. Alright, I think we just win this game this way. So, yeah, he can only block 2. With Enshroud and Mist, we can pump the entire team. So let's go to attacks. And let's just show him that we've got the win. Do we have the win if we Enshroud and Mist first? Yeah. So any combination of 2 creatures is lethal here. We drew well this game. Seeing that Soulblight Djinn on top was very good for us. And having the answers to Roxmauler was good as well. I think it's a little strange that he used the Might of the Masses the way he did to get an extra 4 damage. But to each his own. Here I'm wondering, I don't really think I saw anything that I want to board in. I don't want Nivix Barrier ever. And negates, I really didn't see him play anything I want to negate either. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is. He probably has some flying protection. He has a lot of reach guys, so that is worth noting. He does have Skysnare Spider. I'm going to mulligan this. 6-drop that I'm not playing for a long time and a bunch of blue cards. If it had 1 blue mana instead of maybe the Sentinel, I would play it, but we'll go for a better hand. This is, again, not good because no creatures. Swift Reckoning will kill something, though, and Hydrolash can draw us a card. I think it's better than going down to 5. And if we get to Sentinel, we get to Sentinel, but we'll see. So, want to see a land or a creature here. That's fine if we draw our 3rd land on time. Not great. I really don't want to blow Swift Reckoning on an Elvish Visionary either. Oh, Undercity Troll is an annoying card. A very annoying one because we can't Swift Reckoning it if he just plays a land and attacks next turn. Ouch. Drew a 5-drop when we need a land, just how things usually go. If he attacks and plays a creature, we will Swift Reckoning his Undercity Troll. Mana Gorger. How bad is that for us? We probably actually just want to save Swift Reckoning for that instead. See if we draw a land first. Alright, we did. This is bad. Now Swift Reckoning is going to kill this regardless. I want to get down Blessed Spirits, which grows his Mana Gorger. I could Hydrolash as well, but then if I draw a land, I still can't do very much. So yeah, I'm going to take a big hit this next turn. At least 5, probably 6 damage if he plays something to grow his Mana Gorger even bigger. But we do have an answer for Mana Gorger. It just means taking a lot of damage off of it first. Mana Gorger is a card I've always wanted to play with, but never opened it in an ideal pool. I've opened it in sealed a couple times, but in a sealed pool where my green was just bad. So he is going to grow his Gorger. I'm going to take 6 this turn. Ouch. Opponent with 3 in hand, probably going to draw another creature here. Figuring out his scries. Opponent's got a good deck. Bunch of solid creatures. Would not be disappointed to see a land on my following turn, though. Alright, he shows me an island, so he's definitely trying to hit lands. Sure, I'll go down to 12. Flare, not what I wanted to see. And it seems bad, but I might even just use Blessed Spirits to block Llanowar Elves. I think I'm going to see a 5-drop this next turn. My opponent clearly wanted that land on top for something. Rocksmauler? Yeah. Opponent's very far ahead. Oh, we can... I think I'm going to use Enshrouded Mist to kill this off, actually. Yeah, that seems fine. Let's do that. Do take 2 that way. Slowly eating through my opponent's cards. Now, here's a choice. Well, either way, we're not doing anything on our turn. If our opponent attacks with both, I can go for the block on Llanowar and trade, and then try to kill Rocksmauler with Celestial Flare. Depends on if he does anything before combat, because we can also try to Hydrolash and then trade Blessed Spirits for Rocksmauler. That seems worse. The Celestial Flare option clears off both. The Hydrolash keeps his Llanowar up. I'm losing my guy either scenario, though. Wonder why I'm... Okay. Might just have another big guy here. If he just keeps adding to the board, it's going to be hard for us to win this game. Okay, that doesn't really change too much for our plan. I would like to see him just attack with the Mauler. That would be fantastic for us. I wonder why he did that. Maybe just trying to draw a card? Alright, he's going to go for tap, actually. Which is bad, because it means our flare is worse. So Hydrolash is the play. We take 4, and then his guy is just big. So we need to draw our Merfolk or one of our Void Mages, not Celestial Flare. Taking 4 down to 6, and then he's got to 8/8 Trampler. So yeah, that's about our only out, really. Free Blade. Let's see, can we even survive this next turn? If he's got nothing, we can probably survive it. Block, block, take 4, 5, 6, and flare. This is bad. Let's see, 9/9, we're taking 7 off that. So yeah, we can still survive this turn. He attacks all in. We block here. Oh. I guess we want a Celestial Flare before. It's too late, isn't it? That's bad. We wanted a Celestial Flare first, because now he just sacks off one of the guys we blocked. So yeah, I just lost the game there. Maybe he sacks his guy. I don't know, but... poor playing on my side there. So we're going to get a round 3. Yeah. Alright, he does have a Jiraga's Invocation. I don't think I want Negate, though, still, because it seems dead against a lot of his deck. I just want to keep his board clear. I am on the play this time, so I have a little bit of an advantage. Stratus Walk. He doesn't have a lot of ways to actually kill our guys, so we're just doing a lot of trading. Stratus Walk doesn't do too much for us, so I'm just going to ship back and we'll see how this game goes. Opponent's got a good deck. Unfortunately, we can't keep this. Sure, we can keep this, but it's kind of awkward. We don't get to play anything until turn 4, because we're not going to play this Harbinger on 2. I guess that's something to play. It's not great. Troll? No, Visionary. Okay. Alright, well, let's go and play our Auramancer. And maybe Charging Griffin can just start getting some damage in for us. Well, maybe not. That's a pretty good draw, though. Again, with our opponent being on very little removal, we can make it work. Alright, another Visionary. Into a Leaf Gilder. So he could do Jiraga's Invocation next turn, which would be incredible. Void Mage is pretty good. It lets me bounce the Hitch Claw and get in with my Griffin this turn. And then I have Harbinger. Although I don't see him attacking with anything this turn, really. Also, if he wants to Invocation this turn, he has to use a Leaf Gilder, so he's only really killing 2 of my guys. That would be fine, though, trading his Jiraga's Invocation for my 2 blockers. Alright, Sky Snare Spider can't actually be bounced by Harbinger. Second Void Mage is alright, though. He just replays it, which is awkward. Absolutely. See if he wants to make the double trade here. I'm okay with that. It makes his invocation a lot worse if I can clear those creatures off. Now, I need my Sentinel and 2 more lands, or I need Whirler Rogue, or Suppression Bonds for his Spider. Claustrophobia would be a good draw. Disperse would be okay. Harbinger's a little weak to his Spider, though. Alright, so he's just going to go for multiple creatures this turn. Double Hitchclaw. How annoying can it get? Alright, so we're going to hold Suppression Bonds for his guy. Now, I could Charging Griffin into one of these. I could attack all in as well. But I don't quite like that plan. I'm hoping he just plays Spider next turn so I can blanket with Suppression Bonds. Lots of cards in his hand. Lots of cards. Alright, that's going to give him Krasis, which I feel like he probably has. He might have just held on to that island until he had his Krasis. Alright, Rocksmauler we can deal with. Ooh, okay. Alright, I like Harbinger on his Rocksmauler. In fact, I like double blocking. I feel like he probably has a pump of some sort. We can get that pump out of him, or we just trade Void Mage and Aromancer for Rocksmauler. They're not doing much else this game. Alright, opponent down to Spider plus 2 other cards. This is a good game. This is a very good game. We're ahead on life, but we're not necessarily ahead in the game. Oh, that's awkward. So we can Enshroud and miss to save that, but then we can't do anything else. I feel like we need to save this Griffin, though. That makes him a 6/6. Yeah, I'll save it. And I'll just take the damage off of Mauler this turn. I'll go Harbinger next turn to bounce it. Awkward, I can't play anything end of turn, though. He does have Wild Instincts. That thing has 3 damage on it. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I can still make the trade that I was going to. And then really I just get blown out by... He could be thinking about Krasis as well. Actually, there's no reason for him to attack with the Rocksmauler because Charging Griffin can just block it. And then deal the extra damage. So I imagine he does have something like Might of the Masses. I would like to see him get rid of that card, though. Alright. Yep, he just has all of his best cards. Now, I could kill his Leaf Gilder and take 6. I can double block and take 2. I could do 1 and 1 and take I feel like my best bet is to get rid of this Mauler, but that involves losing both my guys. I know Sky Snare Spider's the last card in his hand. We can deal with this, though. That's the thing. But I need suppression bonds for a spider, really. Alright, so I'll take 4 this way. Sure. Opponent's getting pretty good value, but he's on some top decks. Man, I've hit some awkward cards. My play is probably just Thunderclap. And at 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm losing that race though. See if I can eat up one of his Hitchclaw recluses. Awesome. So I do get to clear off one of these guys. He gets some attacks in this turn. Gets to play a spider, which we have an answer for. He does get a free attack with Bound and Recluse, though. Or Bound and Crisis, not Recluse. So I'm going to take this hit. Down to 13. Very good game. Let's see, he might have something else here. No. Alright, there's a land. Now, as much as I want to get Soul Blade down, I can't have this Sky Snare Spider dealing with me, so one thing at a time. On the following turn, I have Harbinger plus Rune Servitor. So I get a blocker, and even though he gets his guy back, which is bad for me, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, opponent down to 10. I'm going down to at least 10 on my turn. Very close game, very close game. Kind of nervous about where it's going, though. Uh-oh. That's a lot of mana. Alright. Opponent's just going in for a beating here. So we want to block the most possible damage. Yeah. Nice top deck, sir. Puts me down to 4. Now if we play this, we're dead to Might of the Masses regardless of what happens. I can get in for 3 damage this turn. I don't want to bounce his guy here. So what I think I want to do it would be nice to get the flash on him. See if we could do something that way. This is tough. I think I do want to attack with my Griffin, though. I think if I'm not attacking, I'm not winning this game. Alright, and now I'm debating whether I want to play Harbinger now or try to flash it, because it's possible he only attacks with the Krasis. In which case I can double block, lose one of my guys. If he attacks with everything, I can bounce Leaf Gilder and then block and block. I think I do want to save the flash on it. I just don't want to really bounce his Krasis back to his hand. Alright, so we can live with that. This to me seems to say my opponent has a pump spell. So Harbinger is going to bounce your Recluse, the only thing I can't kill. Might of the Masses is probably going to happen here, which means I have to block 1 and 1. Let's see if he uses anything. I would love to draw my Sentinel. Ugh, don't want that. Man, opponent still has 3 cards in hand. Every additional creature he plays is a threat for me right now. Anchor. Ooh, Anchor is good. Do I have enough to play both, though? God, this is tough. No, I don't want to anchor his Krasis, though, because then he locks my guy down and he gets a free swing. I think this is the best way of winning, if I'm going to win at all. My opponent didn't play another creature. I doubt he has 2 lands in hand, so I imagine he has Might of the Masses. If he attacks with both, that's what I'm suspecting. Or if he attacks with Hitchclaw at all, that's what I'm calling. Visionary is fine. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, because it just makes his Might of the Masses better. We have a kill on him next turn if we... Well, probably not, but... If we can survive this turn without... It depends on his attacks. Uh-oh. Maybe he's just going for an extra draw there? Maybe he's making a blocker. Alright, there's Mana Gorger. Maybe he probably just drew that off Stratus Walk. Does he attack with Krasis? That's the question. Awkward. So I want to draw Disperse. Alright. Flare. Well... We have some options. Let's see. If we anchor... No, we do not want to anchor Bound Crisis. That's the one thing we absolutely don't want to do. Now I feel like we want to anchor Mana Gorger. That gives our guys a pump. Attack with just Charging Griffin. He probably blocks with Hitchclaw. And Hitchclaw dies. That leaves him with Visionary and Krasis. I don't see him attacking with Visionary, but he might attack with Krasis, which gives us Celestial Flare. Alright, let's go for the Anchor. Alternatively, we could anchor Hitchclaw. Which forces a block with the Krasis. And each of our guys will be able to survive Krasis. And then we have him... We're dead to any sort of pump spell. We have him with just Mana Gorger. I feel like I have to get rid of Mana Gorger, though. Well, no, because we have Celestial Flare then. Jeez, this is rough. But does he attack with Visionary? Probably. 1, 2, that makes his guy a 3/3. Plus 4. Yeah, oh, we're the ones at 4 life, so we're the ones who are going to play this safe. Soulblade Jin will pump our guys. Let's see what we reveal with our Anchor. Grasp. That could just win us the game, right? Well, that will be a game-winning card if we don't die next turn. Alright, now, if we attack with both, he's forced to block with one of them. He has Mana Gorger on top. It just depends on what the one card in his hand is. Because we can flare away either of his creatures. He probably attacks with the Visionary and the Krasis for lethal, though. I'm going to force some blocks. Well, he could do that too, but that's not going to win it. He could double block Charging Griffin. One, two, three, four, five. He has to block one. He has to lose at least one creature here. And we have Grasp on top. He has to lose at least one of his flyers. Alright, we're gonna play around him not having Might of the Masses because he probably could have already won with that. So let's see what my opponent's blocks look like. We've really got to push in for a win. Alright, he's gonna block. So if I flare now, I kill both of his guys. That seems like the best bet. I was not expecting a double block on Soulblade. And let's see, does Might of the Masses actually kill me now? If he plays Mana Gorger, he gives this plus 1, 2, 3. So I'm still dead to Might of the Masses. And I have Grasp next turn, so he either wins his turn or I win my next turn. He plays Mana Gorger, and then it's basically, we got it. Very good game. Very good set of games. This is probably one of the most tense Swiss matches I've had online. This was awesome, though. That was a very good game. Very close, and kudos to my opponents for all of their good decks. Even my second round opponent, who I think his deck was bad, but kudos for the win there. I'm happy we got that win. Let me know what you think. That was awesome. Got to do pretty much everything I wanted to do, even the Thunderclap as a combat trick. Alright, I'm super happy with how that went. Even though I lost that second game and I'm still salty about it, I'm very happy with how that went. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. And like my page, subscribe. I will see you guys probably sometime later this week, maybe this weekend for another round. Maybe we'll switch it up and do something else, but right now I have Origins packs, so I'm doing Origins games.